Hi, I'm Karen Murphy. I'm the managing broker and owner of Cambry Realty in Mokina, Illinois. What I'm going to teach you today is how to make the most money from the sale of your house and to sell it quickly. I'm going to give you some easy steps, but there is a little bit of labor involved. Before we begin, I want you to understand, it doesn't matter if your home is valued at $50,000 or $5 million. The same steps apply to either or. So I like to teach that there's really two forms of staging. One is staging for photography and one staging for when people actually go into your house and do a live walkthrough. The photography staging is a little different because you want to clear things out. You want to clear your coffee pot off your counter, all the soaps that are around your sink. Because when somebody's looking at a photo, they're looking directly at it. They could be studying this photo for an hour if they wanted to. And you want their eye to see the whole picture versus staring at one object. Now, when you're staging for your walkthrough, you have your home neat and clean, but you can have things out like your coffee pots and your soaps and towels on your, on your hanging from your stove, because people are being fluid. They're walking through, they're not staring at a particular object. They're walking through and it turns into almost like background noise because they have coffee pots on their countertops. Does that make sense? Okay, if it doesn't, comment below and I'll try to explain it a different way. These tips are easy and inexpensive, but they will require some labor. So either you and your friends, or you may have to hire somebody if the job's too big, but it can be done. Throughout this video, I'm going to be using exaggerated pictures just to get my point across. So don't be thinking, oh, my house isn't that bad, or something like that isn't so much. Again, they're exaggerated. Even a little bit, if you could do these little improvements, it will make a huge money in the bottom line when you're done. Are you ready to start? Number one, clean your yard. What do I mean by this? You need to do the curb appeal. You need to up your game. Why are you doing this? Because buyers will drive by your house long before they go inside of it. So you need to sell them before they even get out of their car. Sorry. So what do? Easy things. If you have garbage cans, put them in the garage. If you don't have a garage, put them behind your house, but hide them. You want everything clean. You want your lawn mowed. You want it edged if possible. I would get like something nice by your front door, maybe one of those welcome signs and some flowers just to add some brightness. If your door is peeling and chipped, scrape it, paint it, and brighten it up. It is so huge. We want the buyer to fall in love with your house before they even walk in the door. The more loves we have, the more they want the house, the more they'll put in that offer, and they will put it high because they want to make sure they get it. If you smoke, get rid of every cigarette butt that you could find. Leave no trace that you smoke into your house. With so many people not smoking, it is probably the number one turnoff that I have experienced with all my buyers is they didn't even want anything to do with a house that they thought there was smoke in. Your job is to create a positive experience where they're super excited about walking in the door, that the next thing they do is they're going to call and they're going to book that appointment. Make your home look as inviting on the outside as you plan to do on the inside. Make the buyer fall in love over and over again. The number two step, clean your kitchen. People eat here. Family gatherings happen here. You have a party, you have the holidays. Everybody gathers where the food is being made. That's how it is. And people have the most positive experiences in the kitchen. You need to clean your kitchen from ceiling to floor. Get the cobwebs out of the corners. Clean inside your refrigerator, your stove, and even your dishwasher if it looks grimy. Clean all the crevices in your countertop. Sparkle your sink, sparkle your stove. Make this room look sparkly. Your windows, your floors. Do what you have to do, but leave nothing missed, including on top of lights, fans. Don't miss a thing. You want people to experience only excitement when they walk into your kitchen. Your kitchen will make or break your deal. People will either love it and want to buy your house, or people will turn around and leave or make you a lowball offer because it left something negative inside of them when they finished walking through. It could make or break your deal. When you have showings, do not have dirty dishes in your sink. Do not have dishes drying next to your sink. We don't want our buyers thinking that they have to do dishes. We don't even want that chore in their mind while they're looking at your kitchen. A lot of people have a lot of kitchen stuff. They have spices out. They have decorations that collect grease. They have a bunch of stuff out. Pack that stuff away. We want our kitchen to just look clean and sanitized. You don't need to have towels hanging from all your drawers. You don't need to have little figurines and knickknacks and a bunch of maybe roosters or something on top. Clean out the themes. Just get rid of it all. Pack it up. You'll have it for your next house. It could be gorgeous. Your thing is, though, be minimal in your kitchen. You have them for next time. Another really inexpensive trick to update your kitchen is change the handle, your cabinet handle pulls. You could get packs of them for under $20 at a Home Depot. And I'll put a link below if I remember. I'll put a link below where you could click, but it makes a whole difference. It updates your kitchen so much that it's worth the 20 bucks or the 30 bucks. Go through all your cabinets. Take out every single thing that you're not going to need for the next 2 months. If you're not having a party, pack away the punch bowls. Pack away the juicer that you don't use. Pack away the things that you don't need. So when you have showings, the regular things that you use every day, say your juicer, you'll have room for it in your cabinet. It makes your life easier. You're pre-packing for your next home, which will make that part easier on you. Just get rid of what you're not going to use. Your goal here is to leave as much clean countertop as you can. If you have a really large countertop and you want to put something cute like in the corner just for the pictures, do that. Do that. You could add that little appeal, but make sure that isn't the center of attention in your room. You want your kitchen to be the center of attention. Our next step in the process is you need to neutralize your walls. What this means is if you have a bright colored wall or if you have off color, we need to paint it and get it to a cream, beige, like light gray, something light, something soft, something that would blend in with everybody's furniture, no matter what color they had. Another thing you need to do, and I know this is going to be time and labor, but you need to take down any wallpaper that is dated. Now, what I mean by dated is if it's over a certain amount of years old, 5, 6, 7, it's probably out of style right now. And wallpaper makes people think work, and we want them again to not feel like they have to work and be taking it down and repainting and doing all this. You need to do this. You need to just take it down. It's probably not neutral, and you need to be neutral. You could do this easily or somewhat easily if you have a steamer, which you could get a super cheap one under $15, and a wallpaper score. And all you do is you go like that with the score and you steam it and then you scrape it. and it will come off. It might be a pain if it's been on it for years and years and years, but it is worth the weekend to get that off. Wash the glue off, wash your walls really good before you paint, and then paint it, and then it's done. And you can move on to the next thing. But I'm telling you now that if you have a wallpaper, and especially if it's very busy, you will turn off so many more buyers than will fall in love with it. And it's just how it is, and I'm sorry, but do the work, get it over with, and then move on to the next step. Here's our next step. Have you ever walked into somebody's house and it smelled like smoke, dog, cat urine, or heavy spices? It's not a good thing. It makes your clients or the buyers go like this. And when you're trying to sell something for top dollar, you don't want anyone doing this. So you need to get rid of the smell. And you know, if it's not super heavy, you could open your windows. Even if it's winter, turn your heat on really low and just open it and let the breeze and the coldness, you know, wipe out that smell. But if it's a heavy smell, you're going to have to pay somebody to get rid of that smell. Now, they do have people that get rid of smoke smell. I know it's not cheap. I had somebody that needed to do it, and for a small house, it cost $500. But I guarantee you that that $500 made him more money at the end of the deal than it did in the beginning if he would have sold it with smoke smell. Cat urine is the worst. And I realize we have pets and they get old and they get sick, but you have to get rid of that smell. There are carpet companies that claim to be able to get rid of them. I would find out what they claim, call them. Again, this is so worth the investment. Whatever it costs you on this end will, without a doubt, make you this much more money on this end. And giving a carpet credit will not cut it. They will be grossed out by the smell. Buyers will think of the smell every step they take while they're looking at your house. And if they might not even go further and turn around and say they want to leave. They are so weird about smell. I can't stress it enough. You need to get rid of it. And once you get rid of it and you have a neutral house, now you need to slightly get that home feel smell in there. Get that apple pie candle going. Get that Scentsy or them waxes. Get that smell of something like bread, cookies, like I said, pie. But be careful not to make it too overwhelming. I have heard from my buyers when there is a really overwhelming smell, they think you're trying to cover something up. So just having a very slight home, yum, holidays, family gatherings, giving them that appeal, that's what you want to get. That's where you want to go, but don't overwhelm. As I talked about before, I'm going to talk again about cleaning. Let's talk about cleaning your bathroom. We need to make it nothing short, but then sanitized and disinfected. And sparkly again. When I say sparkly, I just mean no smudges anywhere. It just got to shine. Okay, you have to scrub the heck out of your grout. You need to recaulk, most likely recaulk. It's super easy to do. All you do is get the old caulk off, pull it out, put new caulk on, take a plastic spoon and smooth it out, and you'll have beautiful caulk. It works every time. Just take your time, and it's so cheap to do. We're talking a couple dollars. You need to have your bathtubs, your tile, your toilet, look even under the rim, and your sink. People brush their teeth in the sink. People, go on the toilet and they take showers in the bathtub. Common sense, this needs to look sanitized. This is a personal thing to buyers, and make it look like it's the cleanest thing they've ever walked into. Another thing is when you do showings, get rid of the shampoos and everything, tuck them under or put them in your linen closet, and have the shower curtain open. It brings length to that room and makes it look even larger. So just a quick tip. Let's talk about clutter now. We need to get rid of it. Closets. So pack away any clothes that are not in season. If it's summer, there is no reason to have a bunch of coats in there. Get rid of your boots. Get rid of keep 3 purses instead of 47. Keep, a few pairs of shoes that you need versus, 100. Just pack this stuff away. Anything you don't need for a couple months, just pack it away. It will make such a difference. And try to think of it this way is, no matter what size your closet is, take enough out of your closet to make it look like there's twice as much space. Another way to make your closet look super organized and clean is color coordinate your clothes. I don't know why, but it makes your closets look bigger, and it makes people think that they could put a lot more in it. But this is something that's just so important to do. Most people are moving because they want more space. They want more closet space. They want more room to put their stuff. And if you do this, you are letting them envision their stuff in there and saying, yeah, we do have the room for your stuff. We can fit it. It's a good thing. While you're uncluttering, anything that doesn't make your room be crisp and clean and neat, take it out. It's okay if you take out a bunch of things that you love having around you. It's a temporary thing again. Don't have your room look like a jungle. If you need to put your plants somewhere, ask a friend if you could keep them there temporarily. Anything like too many pictures on the wall, get rid of them, take them down, pack them away. Figurines, curio cabinets, all this stuff is not what we're trying to sell. You're not trying to sell your stuff in your curio cabinet, and you're not trying to sell all your stuff. You're trying to sell the room as part of your house. So let's have them concentrate on the room and have it so easy for them to see themselves and their stuff in your room. So if you got a bunch of magazines, take them out of there. You don't need a bunch of magazines, but you could put a couple on the coffee table if you feel that makes the room feel softer and more lived in. You could have, a nice blanket hanging over that because you get cold at night, but don't have 37 blankets up there. You don't need them. Pack them away. Be simple. Keep that showroom thought going through your head as you go through each room. Would you see all this stuff in a showroom or in a model home? And if your answer is no, pack it up. Remember your goal. Always keep the goal that you want in the forefront of your brain, and your goal is to sell your home for the most money possible in the least amount of time. A real simple decluttering trick is to make 3 piles. Save it pile, a toss it pile, and a donate pile. If it's in your save it pile, say, do I need it right now? If I do, put it in the closet. If I don't, pack it up. If it's a toss-up pile, it's just junk. You've been keeping it forever. You never use it. It's room to room, house to house. It's just junk. Get rid of it. And if it's something that maybe somebody else could use, but you never use it, donate it. Feel good about yourself. If you want to make extra money, sell it on Facebook Marketplace or a group. But make your life simpler and make your experience going into your new home simpler. It will be less to pack, it will be less to unpack, and maybe you could get some new things because you made so much money on the sale of your home for your new home. Next thing, some of you are going to be amazed that I'm even mentioning this because it's a gimme, but make your bed. Have all the beds made wrinkle-free, smooth them out, take the time, take the love to make your bed. Fluff the pillows, make it inviting. This is the place where people relax, they sleep. This is their area of the house that they could claim is theirs. And you don't want them thinking it's your room. They want to see it as their room. Make it look like the most beautiful hotel that you've ever went to, and you just can't get enough of it. But I'm telling you, take that extra time. It is so worth it, and it leaves such a good impression on you and your room. Now I have to tell you, I have been on many showings that the beds weren't made, or somebody just threw a blanket over it real quick and it looks like they just threw a blanket on it really quick. And I have even been to a couple houses that there were teenagers still sleeping in bed. This is an absolute no-no. If somebody works a night shift, plan your showings around their sleep time and enough time for them to get out and up and about. It happens. You cannot let it happen to you. People will be so uncomfortable. I could almost guarantee that you will not get any offer from them people. I'm just telling you, you never want people to be uncomfortable in your home. You want them to feel like, every step that they take. You want them to just love it. This is probably, the next one is going to bother some people. And I'm not meaning to, I'm talking about from a sales end. If it looks dated, and I mean if it looks like it's over a decade old, pack it away. Unless it's an object that is the center of attention in that room and it makes the room. If not, pack it away. I told you earlier that we are trying to get as many buyers as possible. We want 20s to 70s or 80s or beyond. You cannot do that. I'm telling you, I've walked through a house and the minute my buyer said, "Oh, look, my grandma has this too," I knew that sale wasn't going to happen. And I was right. It just won't. And it's not saying that your stuff is ugly. It's not saying it's bad. And it's going with you to the next house. But again, I'm stressing this, but you want to get the most money. You want to sell your house the quickest. And the way to do this is to follow these few steps and just follow them, and it will take you to your goal. I know I keep repeating it, but I really want, don't take it personal. You might think it's the greatest thing in the world, and it may be, but it might not be your buyer's greatest thing. So just get rid of it. Another thing, if you have paneling is usually known as dated. I haven't seen yours in particular, but if you have paneling and you have no clue what's behind that paneling, so you don't want to take a chance, at least prime it and paint it, or you could paint and prime in one can these days. Make it a light color, make it a cream, make it a nice, great. Same with the neutralizing that we talked about earlier. Just make it a palette that's light, and they could just move their furniture in, and it just is not going to matter so much, and it's not going to stick out. But be really careful with paneling. And like I said, make it light, because people automatically think they see it and they think dated. And that's something we never want anybody to see throughout your house, is dated. Unless, again, you're selling it as is, and you're selling it for a lower price as a fixer-upper, which we're trying not to do here. The next thing is, and you knew this was coming, de-personalize your home. I've talked about this many times already, but you want the potential buyers to be able to picture themselves in your home. And when there's 37 pictures going up the stairs of you and your family and all your vacations, it's very, very hard and it's distracting. Now, you could have a picture here and there on like a table next to your couch or by your bed, but don't overdo it. And when I say you could have a couple, I mean 2, maybe 3. Don't do it. A cool, cheap trick is to buy a piece of wallpaper and trace the back of the picture. So you put it in front and put it where your personalized pictures were. And the cool thing about this, you can hang them back up and now you're hiding any nail holes. So it's great. Quick off-topic thing is nail holes. If you're going to paint and you're covering up your nail holes, there's a thing called painter's putty. It is so awesome. And you could fill in these holes really, really easy and wipe them. A lot of times you don't even have to paint. It just kind of blends in, but I think it's around $5. It's in the paint section usually. I'll put a link below, but it's a godsend. It's awesome. So the first part of this video was all I was going to do. I thought it was enough to help you make the most money and sell your house in the quickest amount of time. But then I realized that I left out 3 really, really important things. And I'm just going to tell you about them really quick because out of everything I taught you, I feel like these 3 things will help you the most. The first thing is detaching from your home, emotionally detaching and realizing that this is a business transaction. And so when you're cleaning your home and decluttering and everything, you do get emotional. This may be where your kids grew up. This, may be somewhere where you lived most of your life. And for me to just say, pack it away, toss it or whatever, I'm doing this from a business standpoint to help you. I'm not doing it as I'm judging you for what you have or don't have. But when you detach, it makes it easier to say, okay, I could put those family pictures away for a while. I'm not throwing them away. I'm going to put them out again, but now it's a business transaction. Or I love this wallpaper, but the next person might not love it. And so I'm gonna take it down because this is a business transaction and all you wanna do is make the most money. So try to detach. You could love your home, you're taking your memories with you, but try to do this systematically and treat it like business and treat it like you're going to get a bonus at the end if you do everything right. I hope that helps you. My second thing I want to talk to you about is I want you to price your house correctly from the beginning. This is crucial. So here's a lot of sellers' mindset is I get told, well, let's try this higher number first. We could always go down, but we can't go up. Usually that hurts you. It hurts you so much, I can't even emphasize enough. So when your house goes high, here's the things that happens. First of all, you're pricing your home in homes that are worth that higher number. So they probably have more upgrades than you, or the house might be a lot larger. It might have extra bedrooms or bathrooms. So when you're pricing yourself in that range, you've already turned off so many buyers because they want the home that their money could get them. And now your house is on the market for a while. When your house becomes on the market for a while, it becomes stale. And people go, why is the house on the market for so long? What's wrong with it? So immediately when they're looking through, they want to know what's wrong with your house, and they're assuming somewhere in the back of their head that something is wrong. So just let me use an example. Say your house should be marketed at $250. You want to go $275. So now you're competing with all the homes that are $275. And when you finally drop it to where it should be, because your house went stale, you'll probably get it $235, $240 if you're lucky. Everybody, they're now looking in that space. But if you priced it at $250 from the beginning, you have all the $250 buyers. And they're all looking at your house now, expecting the $250. You know, they're going to get what the $250 is giving you right now. So you're getting all the buyers at once, and you're probably going to lead into more offers or a lot more interest, and your house isn't stale. It has that new on it. It's that new on the MLS. It's new, it's fresh. And people run to the new fresh listings first. Now, a trick was that, well, you could cancel that higher number and then relist it at the number it should be. But now people see that your house was on the market for a certain amount of times and then you canceled it. So you got the new listing, but they're looking at the history going, they might not be serious buyers, serious sellers, because they keep canceling it and relisting it. So you see how it actually hurts you when you price too high. Price it right and get your home sold, and you have a better chance of maximizing what will end up in your pocket. Lastly, hire a real estate agent or broker to represent you. You're probably saying, I'm just saying that because I am a broker. Well, it's true, because I know our value that we give you. I know professional photography. I'm not a professional photographer. I use professionals for you. We market your house until it's sold. We don't get paid if you don't get paid. We want to sell your house for the highest dollar. We work on commission. Let's face it. It might sound bad that I'm saying that, but it's a fact. The more money you make, the more money we make. Why wouldn't we want you to make the most money possible? We know the paperwork. We know what you need to do. We walk through your house and we tell you honestly what to pack away, what not to pack away, if this is neutral, if this isn't neutral. We create a punch list together so you have something to guide you, to teach you to make the most money from the sale of your home. I'm going to read you a statistic in case you think I'm full of bull, but for sale by owners in 2020 accounted for 8% of the home sales. They averaged a price of $217,900 versus realtor-aided sales of $295,000. That covers the commission, plus all the work we do in between that helps you. I know you'll hear stories about for sale. Oh, I sold my house for sale by owner. Oh, I did this. I didn't need a realtor. You don't need a realtor. You could do this on your own. Well, here's the fact. You can do it on your own. I'm not going to tell you you can't. Follow this listing. You're going to make a lot more than you usually would. But I'm telling you that they leave money on the table. There is money left on the table. We know how to negotiate for that next higher dollar. There is a for sale by owner price, and there is a real estate price and realtor price. And we know how to get you this price and cover our pay. We know how, we're trained to do this. And I only have trained agents and brokers that agree to a standard and agree to many, many things before they become one of my network agents or brokers. And if you're interested in talking to somebody on my team across the United States, reach out to me below and I will help you any way I can. If you have questions, if you have comments, If you have a wallpaper and you're not sure if it should come down or not, put it here. I will help you. That's what I love to do, and that's what I do. So reach out to me, comment below. I hope I helped you. I hope I explained the why along the way. And subscribe. I'm going to be putting out great videos for you. Everything's going to be all about how to maximize your money. Till then, I'm Karen Murphy, the owner of Cambry Realty, the managing broker in Mokina, Illinois. Hope to meet you someday.